Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Godzilla Voxel Wars, where it did not take very much looking at this for me to figure out what I did wrong. The fact is, the way we went into the second turn, it's simple. The second turn of the puzzle that we saw is simply impossible. It's actually impossible. We're not controlling the ground well enough on this first one. Like, one more enemy has to die or be prevented from spawning or something. And it's actually so obvious. Just take the header shot from here instead of standing all the way back.
Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved. Godzilla gets to stand here, which does not block this spawn because the thing's going to push him off of it, but critically, it allows me to do push damage to that building, that nest. And then we get some more critters here, but we're going to be able to deal with them. Is the important part. Okay, so we can spawn a new Hedera, like right here. Get this four-way push like we got before, which is pretty great. That frees up Godzilla to come over here and clear this nest. Which will let us spawn a Hedera right here, who no longer has anything to do other than bombarding this one point of nest. And then our other Hedera stands here. There we go. There it is. It's just you gotta make sure you're killing as much as you can as early as you can when you're dealing with these slug shrooms.
Congratulations.
Hey, we're both. Don't you congratulate me? We're doing this together.
You know what's a little weird?
What's that?
You earn the G tickets, which you use to get hints.
Yeah.
By 100%ing a level. So if you're really bad at this game, you won't get the hints. If you're really good, you don't need the hints. I don't know about this hint system.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you. There's some issues perhaps. So we're gonna have to get this building burning.
Yeah.
I think that's the only real option there. Okay, there's a lot of these guys, but thankfully they're going to be pretty tightly packed into the corner here at first. So hopefully we can make some decent progress on that. So it feels like we want to shoot right here, right?
Okay.
Slams this guy against that building. Slams this guy against the wall.
Get you a Hedora.
Gets me a Hedora. Then Godzilla can come over and stand where this building was, finish this guy off and deal more damage to the big slug shroom.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And it's a little bit of a shame that it doesn't grab us the investigation report, but I think it's still right. And then
Do you spawn the Hedora on the investigation report?
no, because we don't want to shoot here. It'd knock the slug shroom into the building. We want to shoot here.
Okay.
As inconvenient as that is. It pushes this guy off of the thing as well. I mean, I could just... Wait, I don't want to shoot. Hold on, what am I talking about? I don't want to shoot here. I want to shoot here. That's not actually an option. But, just like knocking the guys into each other. I guess...
What if you...
Where I end up...
No, it doesn't work.
I guess where I end up doing it is, like, spawn here, shoot
That doesn't
I
stop.
want to shoot here. I
building.
want to. Oh yeah, I want to shoot here. I want to shoot here. Slam the big slug shroom into the little slug shroom here to kill him, and stack
Okay.
up more damage on the big one.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So we put you here. It's not like super compelling, but it's something. Okay, so again, being able to shoot right here would be really nice. So we can maybe step here, fire there for a couple kills, clear the last nest. That gets us our Mecha Godzilla spawn.
Okay.
How am I killing? That guy's in a really awkward spot.
Okay.
So we can have Mecha Godzilla kill both of these two pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
So in order to enable that, we want to gosh, what do we do?
So what you need to do is spawn Mechagodzilla in one of those two puddles.
Yeah. To do the thing I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah, so first you would need to get rid of the slug shroom that's in front of Godzilla. Move it, but then how do you get that other guy?
Yeah. I mean, let me back it up here. Shooting directly here kills 3 enemies effectively. It doesn't get us this, which then is off by itself in the corner in a difficult spot. I think we might have screwed up last turn and are now finding ourselves in a position where we can't win due to screwing up last turn. You know?
Yeah, I do wish the shape of the thing was a lot easier to predict. You know, we said this a few times now. That the kind of turning these mechanisms from a game that was more about coming up with puzzles procedurally. Oh, okay. Well, that's...
No, it's no good.
How do you... Yeah.
All right, let's back it up a little bit further. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
All right, there's no way the first turn is anything other than the first move, at least, is anything other than that, right? That's for sure. And then poison on this thing also has to be right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think our first turn's very solid. We really gotta maximize kills in the early going here. We could potentially get ourselves another Hedera if we destroy this. So poison on this guy again looks very attractive because it destroys the building.
Move. Yeah.
I'm going to try moving him a little closer to like the battle as a whole in the hopes that it will help somehow.
Yeah. And it feels like Godzilla smashing that guy from the side is going to have to be the... Because there has to be a way to stop the building damage.
Yeah. And then
you need to be able to take out this other guy.
Yeah. So what I did last time was spawn here, shoot there, but it's just as effective to land the shot directly on this guy and it doesn't move my Hedera back. So we could do it like here instead. Do the spawn here or even back here.
Maybe behind the Hedera, yeah.
Well, the problem is we have too many. The problem is almost always that we have too many units that are too far away from combat.
Yeah. But I think the one being on the side of Godzilla didn't work out so hot last time. I don't know.
And this isn't really any closer, and these are both too close. Like in the sense that they actually prevent us from doing the thing we came to do. So I guess, yeah. We'll try this. This is not really meaningfully different from the thing we did before.
If you do it on the mountain.
Oh, if I do it on the right, yeah. If I do it on this guy, then he doesn't take push damage. So we would want to do it on the mountain. Which means actually that I can spawn really far forward and do it. Okay, so I like this a little bit because we're corralling them. We're leaving ourselves a lot of opportunities to get collision damage. All right, so
that doesn't give us the collision from Mechagodzilla.
It doesn't. So if I...
Okay, but
so I'm thinking that like if I drop a shot here, it kills 3 slugs already, right? If I'm able to put one of my units here, or one of their units, whatever, just something here, then this shot would, in addition to killing those 3 units, do the push to kill the nest, and it's easy enough for us to get a Hedera there. I wish I could fire point blank, but I can't. So if we put a Hedera there, that Hedera has to fire at something else useful, and then we have to take the shot with the other Hedera, right? So Unfortunately, I don't think there is anything else useful to shoot at. Shooting over here doesn't, yeah, it's like counterproductive. Shooting on this column doesn't get me anywhere. I can't be destroying buildings.
But if you shoot the slug shroom that is kitty corner from the header that hasn't moved, isn't that going to knock one of those guys into the mountain that you wouldn't get otherwise?
Yeah, it's also going to knock one of them into the investigation report.
Okay.
And again, we can't spread out the movements and the actions,
right,
to get it and protect it. I'm gonna give Godzilla a little shove. Because now this makes it so no, it doesn't matter. This doesn't work either. There's no way around it. Because all three of the enemies are there's no shared row or column between the three enemies. There's no way for us to get two of them with a single attack. So I think whatever we're doing wrong, it's here.
Okay.
I think that first turn is solid, and this is where we kind of lose control of everything. If I don't use this Hedera to get control of that nest, then we're simply never going to, right? It's actually it's a huge problem. So we got to deal damage there during this turn. And there's literally only two ways to do it. It's either pushing that one slug into it by attacking the space we have been attacking, or it's by having Godzilla do it, but that feels like a waste of a powerful attack when we have to get this guy to justice.
Right.
If we were going to use Godzilla to smash this, like, is it possible for me to still... Is it possible for me to still, like, prevent this building from getting killed? I think the answer's gotta be no, right?
I'm not seeing a way to do it. No, not with 3 health on that enemy.
Yeah. But it really feels like we can't let 3 enemies. We can't let there be 6 slugs next turn. So it feels impossible to deal with.
Just kind of go with me here for a minute. We can always take it back.
Mm-hmm.
If you move Hedora right now to where the report is, and then do it in that spot below in C6.
That doesn't help.
Okay. I'm pointing, it doesn't help either. So below the building, the nest, and the slug, and then the 2 slugs, like that intersect that hinge point there. If you put it there, you're gonna knock out.
Okay, you're doing a great job of describing everything except what square you want me to attack.
The hinge point,
and it's incredible because there's so few of them. What is in the square?
It's a yellow "I'm going to spawn" icon.
Okay, this.
Yeah.
That is a uniquely identifying detail. You could have just started with that.
So if you do that,
Yeah.
and then Godzilla the building, you can use the Hedorah spawned off the other Hedorah to push the guy so he's not attacking anything.
Yep, that's certainly true.
It'll
Well,
just
one
get
of them.
rid of him. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, never mind then. I fucked it.
Yeah, the problem is they're both attacking.
They're both, yeah, I forgot about the other guy. Okay, well, never mind.
How are you gonna not just tell me what's in?
I was trying my best. So I think you're right. I think the way you've been doing it is like the way it has to be done.
Yeah, this feels absolutely necessary. As does this.
As does this, yeah.
That's like very, very bare minimum. This is the part where there's some room for interpretation, but I can't shoot acid on the building. Yeah, like I've got to, this guy's got to get pushed into something.
Or get acid on himself.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. And we haven't really tried that. We haven't really played around with that too much. But it feels wrong to just let this slug shroom be spawning villains at a higher health.
Well, if you put the Hedorah on the spawn point for that slug shroom,
okay,
he has nowhere to spawn. The others will spawn first, and you can put slime on the guy who's threatening the building, and he'll die before he attacks.
Yeah, how does the ordering on this work?
Oh, okay. There's another because the other guy died. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, that's at 1 health. That's not.
This is a very different set of positions from the enemies, though. I'll say that. That might be.
Yeah.
This might be something. So I went to the end of this turn to figure it out, huh? I mean, like, this is kind of interesting. They've set up this position where I can smash an awful lot of slugs like that.
Yeah.
And then...
he can grab the investigation report. And...
Where did you come from initially? So yeah, we wouldn't want you to do... Yeah, okay. I'm trying to figure out where the Mecha Godzilla is gonna spawn.
Right.
Because we have to now kill this guy against the building.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we want to do that with Godzilla.
Okay.
It's not going to let us get the investigation report. That's frustrating. Because, like, we can like, make this happen, right?
Yeah.
And then that gives Godzilla enough movement to be able to be the one who does this And since Godzilla's up here, then he's a spawn point for the Mecha Godzilla to finish off the last slug. So that actually does pick everybody up, but it doesn't
But that
get
would
us.
smash Mecha Godzilla into the building.
No,
So
it wouldn't. He goes back one space.
Go back one space?
Yeah.
Take it back to the start of this turn. I have an idea.
Okay.
So, if you move the Hedorah to the investigation report and hit the thing first, yeah, just put them there, and then the yellow slug symbol between the two red slugs in the same row as the building and that. If you put the slime there,
yeah,
that gives you Mecha Godzilla. Okay. You can Godzilla from below the two guys. Please do that.
Yeah, this
And then the other
might work, 'cause
Hedorah
we can have the Hedorah step to like here.
here, and it's gonna smash those two slugs
Yeah.
into things, and then you
Yeah,
spawn
this
the Mecha
totally
Godzilla.
works.
I'm sorry I have trouble explaining it until I see each step. I'm not as good at,
Yeah, no,
at
it's a good-
visualizing the
good-
sequence as you are.
It's a good strategy.
Okay.
Well done. Right now, the spatial transfer system can only send small objects, about the size of a board game. But logic dictates that if a powerful enough energy source could be harnessed, it should be able to transfer something the size of a monster.
You cleared 100 stages.
I have, in fact, cleared 100 stages. And yet, we do not have 300 stars. Alright, so I need to, when you're trying to tell me to do things, instead of describing things in an incredibly ambiguous way, just tell me the squares. No more relational. Just tell me the square. Don't tell me what's next to it.
Well, how do I know? You know what square I'm Okay, go to the mountain. What square does that mean?
Go to the mountain is not an instruction. I mean, we never need to, or indeed have the ability to, go to the mountain.
Okay, sweetheart.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? So you see where Godzilla is right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna call that square E2. Okay.
Okay. That's
that's
such a crazy way to apply those axes. Why would that be the side the letters go on? This is the thing. We're never gonna be able to agree about this.
Okay, well, we need some kind of notation, though.
I don't know that I agree.
Okay.
So we have this kind of weird position here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can certainly just like fly Rodan over, do this, and then spawn the Hedorah off of one of them and melt that guy down with the other. It feels like a really weird approach, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, there should be there's not a way for
without doing this. There's Godzilla's like really far outside the combat for all of the game, I guess. So there's that to be.
Yeah, I guess it has to be the way it
seems weird. Might be right. Let's play it forward. So, Rodan is faster than holy hell, can fling a Godzilla with relative ease. But I'll tell you what we don't have is a way of solving these problems back here.
Yeah.
So now we need to start melting this down earlier, I think. Because we're not going to be able to make the Rodan off of it this way. Well, I might... Okay, hold on. So we can smash that way. We're going to be okay. So we can bring this Rodan down here and just solve the lower layer with that.
Okay.
And then Godzilla just needs to clear this obstruction. We spawn a Rodan off of you. Push that to there. There we go.
Very clever.
Does not feel like the real solution. It is pretty goofy, but you know what? We got through it.
It was a perfect strategy.
says so right there on the stars. All right, my goal is just to get us onto Island 6 here.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
And I would say the thing where we basically can't go to Island 6 to get through all these puzzles, I feel like that's... seems kind of a... I don't know, I'm used to seeing games these days where you unlock the next set of puzzles by completing so many of the previous puzzles, not having to get through all of them.
Mm-hmm. So it sure is tempting to just have Rodan run to here, blow this guy down to the bottom. He'll do his point of damage here, and then he'll push all the shipping crates in useful directions. And then I guess this can work out just fine, because we can have Godzilla come over here, burn this down to get us an Anguirus worth of G power, and then
I've been missing my Anguirus.
There we go. Solves that problem.
Also, why is there no lobster? It's been so long since we had lobster math.
Lobster math is very powerful. They can't just always leave us with that. We'd be unstoppable, Amabel. Okay, so turn 2 clear. Sucks a little bit here. So we need to move this dung shroom to here so that his shot lands on there and he can block the 2 spawns for us. Obviously that's going to mean getting the container out of the way. It's also going to mean, like, we do still have to solve this guy. And there's still this spawn to block, and there's actually like, kind of a lot going on yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we need that. How do we... So you use the Anguirus to get the thing out of the way. I'm looking at like this container. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that. I'm trying to figure out how do we get these things destroyed.
Yeah.
Because my inclination is like Anguirus goes this way, opening that up for Rodan to fly all the way down there and shove him over. And like I said, that deals with some things. But it still leaves the uncleared this. It still leaves the stag shroom alive, which is a problem. It doesn't solve this either.
We have 2 more Rodans, though.
Yeah, so how
And
do
probably an
we take
Anguirus
care of
once
these
we get that
problems?
green. Yeah. Uh, hmm.
Here's a question. Is it right to use Anguirus for that? Or does it make more sense to move him somewhere else with one of the Rodans? Because, like, he could clear the nest up here. He just needs a little push to get up into the top row.
Um, Actually, if you push Anguirus up into that space where he'd be blocking, and then have him ram into that green building, you get the other Anguirus. Because how else are you going to get the building taken care of? Godzilla's
Yeah.
done, and Rodan doesn't do damage. So I think the thing is to have Rodan push Anguirus up. Anguirus takes care of that building, and then you spawn another Anguirus that takes care of that guy, or takes care of the crate or something.
So, like, does that leave us away? I guess it leaves us another Rodan spawning off of here. Maybe. The answer is maybe that leaves us away.
Leaves us 2 more Rodans.
Yeah, that's not my question.
Okay.
All right, so we do this.
Mm-hmm.
We spawn another Anguirus. Charge that way. He covers the spawn. Then
Rodan off of Godzilla pushes the
Yeah. This guy survives now. Right, he's only going to hit himself for 1, unfortunately. We need to have done 1 more damage to him somehow.
Okay.
It's not clear to me how we would do that either.
Now, what did Godzilla do at the start of the turn?
He knocked over a building.
Okay.
Pretty important building. And one with 2 health, so difficult trial for anybody else. Can I... Yeah, I don't think we really have another way of... I might be wrong. I don't think we really have another way of dealing damage to this guy on that first turn. We definitely want him in the space he was in, because it's the only way that the crates do the spawn block and everything. It's gotta be that. How am I going to get 1 more damage out of you? Yeah, this is a tough one. You know me. Ordinarily, I would hate to say, let's just take the 2-star solution and move on. But
This really...
I do in fact really want to see the 6th island. I want to open it up, so I think it may behoove us just to move on here. Is there a way to... like
Especially because it's
bump
our
him
last
off
episode
of.
this week.
Is there a way to bump him off of Godzilla? When we're fully using all of the juice of everybody that we are moving around. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but this is the last episode we're doing this week. So if we don't get to 6th Island today, it's gonna be 18 more months.
Yeah.
I will not accept that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take the imperfect solution here for right now.
Wait. No. Go back.
Okay.
Instead of Anguirus, spawn a Rodan. Oh no, Rodan's not gonna be able to make it all the way over there. Never mind.
Who? What? Wait. What was the?
I forgot Rodan doesn't move when you.
Oh,
spawn
right.
him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anguirus moves when you spawn him because his attack is a move. Because he is a filthy cheater. All right, yeah. We'll just take this slightly slower one here. See if we can't push through. There we go. Rodan doesn't get the final zoom in all that often.
He doesn't deserve it.
Alright. Between the ice and the container. So that's an awful lot of nests. It's an awful lot of G power as well. And no first turn enemies.
I mean, I feel like the obvious one is taking the red yellow.
Yeah. So this is the only place where there's green in the puzzle. I suppose from this side. Feels like there's a lot of work to be done over here. Oh, sorry. Clicking outside the thing. Oh yeah, I probably should. Wait, didn't I say no?
No, you said yes.
Where?
You did click on the yes.
Who put those things in those positions? Because we should definitely spawn you here and block a spawn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't quite reach this. So I can grab another yellow pretty easily. But I have to actually be, like, getting kills here, which I am not. You do this and grab red-green, which isn't actually going to be able to spawn anything.
No, that's yellow-green, and that will give you the thing for the Ghidra.
No, attacking like this would definitely get me red-green.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right.
Attacking like this would get me red-yellow. But spawning another Mechagodzilla from that position is not super valuable. Hold on. Let me back it up here.
What if Godzilla goes for the yellow instead of the red-black? I know it feels bad, but...
Yeah. You're right, it does feel bad.
But that will give you the red-green, and you have red-green-yellow for a Ghidra. Ghidorah can get you red, yellow from the same point spawning off Mechagodzilla, which can give you another Mechagodzilla.
But how does any of it solve the problem at the bottom corner of the map right now?
Yeah, and by turn 2, yeah, okay.
And we have to clear that enemy, move this shipping container, and burn down all these buildings. You're thinking usefully as far as chaining the building destructions together goes. I do like that. But
yeah.
These are getting real tricky. So, okay, if we do this, get that red green. We have the Godzilla go get yellow. Spawn ourselves a King Ghidorah right here, which is pretty great. Then we're just out of juice, and we have this building that takes a hit, and then we are a turn late and still trying to do things. This one, it seems like I really legitimately have no idea how you would do this in time.
Do you want to G-ticket it?
No, I think I'm gonna just again accept a lower star score. We're trying to get somewhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to
that's okay.
stop here. Spawn you here and shoot the block. There we go. Hooray for an army of Mechagodzillas. This is a really bad score. Well, it's still 2. It turns out you do have to donk it pretty bad to get a 1 star. They are merciful on us in this way, at least.
Lobster math!
We do get access to that good lobster math here.
Folks, if you're enjoying this Let's Play, go to our t-shirt store for the lobster bath shirt that I probably won't make, but if I do...
Well, now that you've said the thing, it feels like you should make it.
I gotta make a lobster math shirt.
Alright, so if we take lobster first, we can use the lobster to actually clear another building, which none of the other summonables will do. Then we can spawn a Biolante, and he can... She can not really accomplish anything, so that's pretty fun. I don't think we want to pull that gas tank. I wouldn't be dealing any damage to it. So it is worth noting that pulling the gas tank right now doesn't detonate it. And maybe it just puts it in a position to be more useful for later. Because we're about to spawn some Rodans. The Rodans can hurl the gas tank at our enemies.
Okay.
So let us in fact do exactly that thing. Okay, and then so I could get us another Rodan. It's not super helpful. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not super helpful.
No, it doesn't give us the yellow one. But we could, well, what we could do is so hit back. If you use the Ibera to get the Rodan can spawn next to the Biolante and push Biolante to where the investigation report is, where there was an enemy before.
Okay, and then pull the
Yeah.
You know, I like that. I think you're right on there. That's some good thinking, sweetie. So push you here. And then grab the gas tank. There we go.
And then I don't know how to.
See, this is awkward because what we need to do is push a monster into it, and I've placed a Rodan in a spot here. I wonder if there's a way to.
What if the Ibera? So hit back again.
Yeah.
What if the Ibera comes at it from?
It can't.
It can't.
Ibera only has 2 movement.
All right.
So what if we have the Ibera go up here first? Spawn the Rodan. Do this whole rigmarole. Then we can have Godzilla clear this building from the side.
Yeah. And then push a Rodan into a Rodan. It takes a Rodan to catch a Rodan.
It takes a Rodan to hurl another Rodan through the sky at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
This feels like a thing Rodan would do. Rodan's such a dweeb.
I know that Rodan and Sauron from Marvel Comics are different characters, but it is very difficult for me. I love that. I love that speech bubble. That panel you always see pulled out about how Spider-Man arguing with him that with his scientific knowledge he could cure cancer, and him going, "But I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs." And every time I see Rodan, their heads are similarly shaped, and that's enough for me to immediately attribute that line to him as well.
You know what's funny is that Rodan has a lot of similarities to Gaios, the Gamera villain.
Obviously.
Only that's like a more of a bat.
Sure, anyone could tell you that.
A bat vampire kind of situation. And Sauron from the X-Men comics is a
sort of an energy vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's it's weird that it reminds you of Rodan and not Gaios.
No, I think it's normal. I think it might be the most normal thing in the universe not to be reminded of Gaios. That might be the most normal thing about me. I've successfully shaped cells from the fungoids into cubic form. This should allow me to construct it. Because all of a sudden we got page 16 here.
Hey, God, I would love a Gamera video game so much.
Gamera Voxel Wars?
I mean, I would play it. There's not as many monsters because there only were like 7 films, but you know.
Okay, so I do believe we're going to want to start with Mothra stuff. Well, I guess it's not actually super meaningful. They're both kind of the same, huh? In terms of the fact that I'm just going to be pushing the enemy one space.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, let me I guess get this. I'll just move you to the mountainside. Well, that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad outcome.
It's a pretty bad outcome, yeah.
You're gonna wanna move them upward, is the thing. And if that's the case, then I probably want to just do it from here. Move them upward, create a toxic pool in front of one of the buildings.
Oh, is that up that direction? Okay.
Yes, up is over here toward the glasses which you use to see the lofty heights to which you aspire.
See, that's left. That's left to me.
That's bananas. All right, so I hate the fact that I'm not really going to be able to like deal damage this turn. All I can do is keep playing keep away.
I mean, you can push the other one into that puddle.
Yeah.
And that will start doing
damage. But then it's gonna split and be attacking things on all sides here, right? Like as we saw in the first turn.
Yeah.
That's my primary concern. Like I'm a little bit AI manipulating these things into not actually not getting as many attacks off because they're not as close to as many buildings. Okay, see, this is a little better. We can get a little bit of damage done this time. But I can do this at least.
Okay.
And then I could can't quite kill this thing this turn, can I? Well, no, I totally can. I can go here and then spawn you off of this. This guy was not attacking because he didn't have a target at the beginning of the turn, so it's fine that he's there, and that causes this guy to die in the acid.
Okay.
Okay. Godzilla goes forth and gets us our final buddy. And we get to figure out a way to kill everybody right now. Which we absolutely cannot do. Not even a little bit, right?
You know, you have to do a lot of collision damage to get him to end up on the... yeah.
It's like, okay. Let's say we go... launch this so that we can do that. That kills a little something. It kills something. I unfortunately then have to... yeah, no, this just doesn't. There's no doing this. And actually, I need this guy to launch his attack from a place that we can't even launch an attack from in order to save the buildings.
I'm wondering if, as you moved along, we should have been spawning the guys more off of Godzilla.
How would that... what is that? What does that mean?
I I don't know how to. She says Godzilla's been moving further away from where those guys are. Those guys have been kind of just. No, never mind.
I mean, there really is nothing to do here except push this guy.
Yeah, no, this is right. I feel like your turn ones are always on point.
Well, there's nothing to do, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll screw it up somehow.
We gotta start dealing damage. So if we want to switch it up and so push this guy down into the muck. So on the first turn, it was pretty bad to have a slug this far south, because it meant they went and attacked, yeah, kind of all the buildings at once. Can we? I can cause just enough damage to kill one of them off, but that doesn't leave us with much in terms of capability to harm the others, to stop the others from doing their thing. That's right, it would look like we had a drop of poison on him. You can, I guess, like, go right here. Yeah, and then we're going to take a point of building damage somewhere. Kind of, unfortunately, completely unavoidable building damage. It really sucks that this area is built the way it is. Yeah, this is a tough one, and I do not see the way through. We have fewer HP of bugs in total on this turn than we did on this turn last time, but I don't think it actually matters.
So if you spawn the other guy off of Godzilla up in the corner, he can attack from. No, I guess you can do that anyway. Wherever you
Yeah,
spawn.
we can already attack everywhere. That is, of all the problems, that is certainly not one we're having.
Okay. I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry. This is tough, baby.
Let's me drop a shot directly on top of you, which is like some damage, and then your shot directly here. Kills that guy. It's still actually not enough. Yeah, this is a bummer. We haven't lost any more buildings. All the enemies that are left are at 1 HP. It's like that's pretty good.
Man, that does it.
Terrible outcome. Really terrible.
Well, we got our 2 stars.
This one's easy. See, a lot of explosives. Okay. The explosives are better when, the buildings that they are around are not neutral. So... it definitely feels like they want this. And then Godzilla can run forward and just burn himself out of this problem. Alright, so a shot here does some good works on these gas canisters. Yeah. Alright,
I think Godzilla has to come down and... Right?
come down and
do what you just did, yeah.
okay. You can't say I think you have to, right?
You started doing it. That's why I stopped talking.
But hold on. Maybe it has to be you. I was trying not to have this guy sacrifice himself to the gas canister, but I think how do we do this? Because it feels like I want to walk this along, right? But all right, I guess, yeah, let's spawn you here. Then spawn you here. And then you here. It's just a little awkward getting everything into place. Sorry, terrible garbage monster. We love you.
I think that was a perfect strategy. What do you think?
I think you know what? I think those words appeared on the screen. I don't know. All right, let's see if we can get through the boss battle here in a reasonable amount of time. Hellish proliferation.
Oh, geez, we're already over the hour.
We are already over the hour, not by very much. Now, this proliferation's pretty hellish.
Yeah.
4 turns. Oh, split apart in 4 directions.
No, I don't care for that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. So it's pretty easy to defend against this. The question is just like, it's always going to be how much effort do we have to spend trying to control Shroom Daddy, right?
Yep.
And the answer is always going to be 1 million. 1 million effort.
1 million effort.
So we need to spawn block where we can. Which I think it feels like it's this.
Yeah, no, that feels good.
You can like run over here and make it so he's only spawning one extra shard.
Yeah.
And then I can get rid of this guy. Okay, and now these two are trapped right on top of each other. Let's just have Godzilla do what almost certainly needs to happen, and then be like, not a lot of room for more spawns. Trying my best to control the slug population here.
Right.
Now, you're totally gonna have a part in this battle again soon. I can't hit them all at once.
If you hit the one with the one that's next to the building and the crate,
Okay.
is going to damage that building. It's going to get rid of that shell around the building you need to get rid of, and do damage to the other two.
Yep.
And then there'll be slime on it doing damage for the next turn.
That is certainly the case. And maybe just take a moment here to make sure we get a slime application on that building. Okay. And they don't get to spawn anything here. On our turn, or at the end of our turn, a level is coming off of each of these buildings. So and then we just do the same with him, right?
Like the same thing again, yeah.
And we know that our acid damage happens before new bodies spawn in.
Right. Yep, it does. Okay.
Yeah, we know that. That's a thing we have learned from previous levels.
I got worried.
I was a little afraid at first, but then I kind of saw the corral they were driving us to construct. The mushroom invasion spreads like a raging wildfire. Are there any cities left that haven't been eroded? The situation in Japan is particularly devastating. It's like the spread's epicenter, radiating spores. I heard that a giant mushroom pillar sprouted up in Tokyo. Maybe it can help us figure out how to stop the mushroom invasion. That's a weird thing to say, given that it would almost certainly be part of that invasion, right? Like, what? Why would you think it would help? I don't know. So, yeah, Amabel, what's going on here?
I think that's a destroyer. It's kind of hard to tell.
A perfect life form. Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's just have a quick look. These ones are usually pretty fast. Why, indeed.
Yes.
Parasitized Destroyer. 1 damage
The
and
thing about
knockback
Destroya-
to... Okay, it hits 2 tiles at the same time. Pretty fancy stuff.
So the thing about Destroya
Yeah.
is, so the first Godzilla film. Have you seen the first Godzilla film from the 50s?
Probably.
So Godzilla is defeated by use of a terrible technology called the Oxygen Destroyer.
Yes.
And the consequence of that is in the 90s, all the destroyed oxygen becomes a monster named Destroya. That is like kind of like antimatter for Godzilla. It's a real bad time for Godzilla. And that's Destroya's deal.
Okay.
That is also the film where Godzilla has too much radiation, is going to explode, and so the scientists tried to solve it. And when they solve it, they end up making it so he's going to implode instead, which will be worse somehow. When he was going to explode, it was going to destroy the world, but imploding would destroy it in a way that's worse.
Sure,
And,
sure.
That's the plot of that film. It was the last film of the Heisei. Help me with my pronunciation there, sweetheart. Heisei era.
Unfortunately, I have actually not done this in a way that makes it... I don't know. This totally works because there's just Godzilla has just enough movement to make it up from the bottom here. So yeah, it turns out Destroya is fairly terrifying, as we are shown in this level. Just racking up mad kills before dying horribly in our service. Hooray! We have obtained all monsters! That is a very cool voxel model.
Yes. I am going to give you a picture of Destroya so that you can see it and then react before we end the episode.
Well, I'm going to pull up the credit scroll here. We managed to peek into the future. We managed to see... Can I tell you? I think that the voxel model is cooler. That is pretty good. It is pretty good, though.
It's pretty good.
Another one definitely worth Googling on your own there, fellows and everybody else. What a weird way to start talking to the audience. Fellows? When was the last time I said that word?
I've never heard
a year that started
word.
with a 1.
Are you having a stroke?
It's been a long day. I've done so much recording today.
I know
this is our last thing, and not that I'm happy to be not doing it, but I am happy to be done, I guess.
And
anyway, to that end, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time being like next week, probably something back to your regularly scheduled program. When you come back next time, as in the next episode of this series, the year will be 2030, and hopefully some things will have improved slightly. Otherwise, really, congratulations to you on still being alive. So
on that note,
come back for that, and we'll see you then.
Thank you so much for doing this Godzilla with me, sweetheart.